Hi, this is TJ with Piano Clubhouse, and today I'm going to show you how to play Best Day of My Life by the Potter's House Denver Choir. Really fun song to play. It's got a lot going on in it. It's really big in terms of lots of instrumentation. It's got synthesizers, it's got strings and horns and effects hits and a couple of guitars and of course bass and drums, so lots of instrumentation. But of course in most instances you're not going to have a full orchestra like that playing along with you, so I'm going to show you how to best play this from a piano perspective, so you can sound full running the bass as well as the chords, and have you playing the song in no time. So let's just jump right into it. The song is in the key of D flat major. The scale for D flat is D flat, E flat, F, G flat, A flat, B flat, C, and back to D flat. So the song starts out playing a solo lick, or not a lick, a run. And so I'm going to play it first, and then we'll break it down. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, let's break that down. So I'm going to show you kind of two variations. I kind of use both throughout the song. So the first one, the easiest, the notes are, we're outlining really this D flat minor chord, D flat, E, A flat, and D flat. We're just hitting the notes one at a time. We're breaking up the chord, okay? So D flat, E, A flat, D flat, and then B, A, and then we're going to do pairs of notes. A flat, A, G flat, A flat, and then one more, and then E, G flat, and then E, D flat, E, E flat, D flat, and then A flat, E, and that ends the cycle, and then it starts again at the beginning, the E, D flat minor chord. The hardest thing with this is really the timing. Playing all those notes is half the battle. The other half is really the rhythm of it. So let's try it in time. 1, 2, ready, go. One more time. Now, the fingering is also important in getting this right. So I'm doing first finger, and you number your fingers: first finger, second finger, third, fourth, and fifth. Those are my finger numbers. So I'm using 1, 2, 3, 5 for the first 4 notes. First finger, second finger, third finger, fifth. And then I slide my fifth down to B, 4 on A, and then A flat, A, 2, 3 here, and then 1 on E, second finger on G flat, and then so I use 3, 2, 1 for the E, D, E, E flat, D flat, and then I use 4 on the A flat, 3 on the A flat, 2 on the E, 1 on the D flat. Okay, I don't want to get bogged down. I feel it's important that we learn the rhythm and the fingerings so you can really play it accurately. So if you don't have what you really need to do is get a pencil and paper out and just write down the notes, write down the finger numbers, and just kind of practice that over and over. Okay, and so we're going to mirror that same lick in the left hand. Okay, and of course the fingers are going to be a little different, but the rhythm and the notes are the same. Fingering is a little weirder in the left hand. So I'm using the 5 on the D flat, 3 on the E, 2 on the A flat, first finger on the D flat. And thumb, I'm sorry, in the left hand, finger numbers are reversed. Thumb is always still 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Thumbs are always 1. These are 2. Middle finger is always 3. Fourth finger is 4. Pinky is 5. Okay. And then 1 to the B. I use my 1 for the B and the A. And then I use the 2 on the A flat, 2 and the 1 for the A flat A. And then for the G flat A flat, I use the 3, 2. Okay. And then I use 3, 2 for the G flat hold. Yeah, I think I did that. Use your 1 on 3, 1 on E, cross over for the G flat, and then 1 on E again, and just walk down 2, 3 on the E flat and D flat. And then thumb up to the A, then thumb on A, second finger on A flat, third finger on E, fifth finger on D flat, okay? So my finger numbers are really just kind of to give you some place to start from. Once you get to practicing and kind of getting up to speed, use your own fingers. Kind of explore what works best for you. Okay, that's what works best for me. And so be able to do this both hands. Start slow, get it up fast, you'll have it in no time. So one little variation I want to add. Typically I'll do this only when the right hand is playing that lick. What I'll do is I'll add what I'm doing is I'm adding a D flat in between some of the notes. I'm in between some of the licks. So I play the first D flat minor run all together. And as soon as I hit this octave, my thumb is going to start bouncing on this D flat in between every note. Bounce. Okay, so you see how I'm kind of bouncing on that thumb in between each section. I didn't do it in between the A flat, and I didn't do it between the pairs of notes, whereas the A flat to A, and then the G flat to A flat. And it's really not that difficult to add, and it makes it sound really, really cool. One thing I am physically unable to do at this moment is to do that with the left hand. I can do that technique with the left hand. So I can do the technique, but doing them both together at the same time, I haven't practiced it enough to do that. I don't think it's necessary. It's kind of if you just want to be nitpicky and be a perfectionist and kind of add that flavor to the song, but just kind of give you something to strive for. If you want to kind of take this lick to the next level, add that while you're playing it. So typically in the introduction, the right hand is going to start off by itself, playing the line one time. Then the left hand is going to join. And so when the right hand's by itself, I'll kind of do that modified one where I'm adding the D flat in between the two. And once I add the left hand, then I'll go back to the normal run. Okay, so let's play through the entire introduction in time, and then we'll move on to the verse. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, go. All right, so let's go on to this next section. So after the last run, we land on a D flat major chord. Left hand is playing octave D flats. Right hand's going to be playing a nice progression where you're playing an inverted once D flat major chord, F, A flat, D flat. And we're going to go up to the second inversion where we just throw this F up to the top here. Okay, so first chord is first inversion. Second chord, we just shift up to the second inversion. Left hand still on D flat. Then, for this third chord, this thumb slides up to A natural. We're going to add this E flat. Okay, you can even add this G flat now too. Okay, so first chord, second chord, fourth chord. Then I do a quick walk from E flat to F, and then I land on B major chord, B, E flat, G flat. Okay, so first chord, second chord, third chord. Okay. Then I just go back to that third chord we did where B goes back to A, and I add the D flat. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, back to the third chord, and back to repeat. And that's the end of the cycle, and then it repeats again. Today will be the best day. You can even walk back down the melody. G flat, F, E flat, D flat, D flat. Okay. And it repeats 2 times. Third time. Fourth time. And so instead of going back to that chord, once we're here, matter of fact, you can even hit that chord 1 time. Then we're going to do a walk down. Left hand walk down from the 6, which is the B flat, B flat, A flat, G flat, F. Right hand's going to walk parallel with it, but starting on a different note on this D flat. D flat, C, B flat, A flat. Okay, and then I'm going to land on F and C in the left. Instead of F and C, go F and D flat. Okay, so that's the first chord after the walk down. Second chord, we were here, left hand is going to move this F up to G flat. Right hand's going to shift up to just a G flat major 7, F, G flat, B flat, D flat. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Then a quick progression here. Left hand goes from B flat to B. Right hand goes from D flat major, inverted twice, up to this B major 7 chord. Okay, so walk down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Do it again, walk down. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, same thing. 2, 3, 4, 1, walk. 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. 2, 3. Then here's a change. Left hand's going from C to D. Right hand's going from an A major chord, C, E flat, A flat. And then you can go to this, B flat dominant chord, B flat, D, F, A flat. Okay, just a B flat 7 chord. This is over the D in the left. Okay. And then Let's keep going. Right hand's going to go back to that G flat major 7. Left hand's on the E flat and B flat. You can hit the octave if you want. Go back to that E flat, A flat, D flat. Left hand's on F now. We've been in this progression before. Then we're going to come out of it. Yesterday. So that is just an A major 7 chord. Left hand is A and E. Right hand is A flat, A, D flat, E. And then move up a whole step to a B major 7 chord. Left hand is B, G flat, B flat, B, E flat, G flat. Okay? And then it just goes back to the lick. Right hand by itself, one's in both hands. And then it goes back to the chorus, back to the, I guess that's considered the verse. So let's play through the entire verse, through what we just did. And then I'll actually show you how to kind of play around with the rhythms and add a little bit more complexity to those basic chords I showed you. So let's put on the track, click track, and let's work through it. Let's go back to the beginning. Here we go. Left hand, two more times, verse, take it out here, walk down. Take it out. Major 7 7 in the run. Okay, so I'll stop right there. So that's half the song. So let's go back and show you a couple of quick things. So as we're doing the verse, after we've done the intro, today will be. So the left hand's going to be kind of really driving. Okay. So it's kind of hard to keep the left hand going full out while the right hand's doing some of the walk. So kind of play around with the rhythm of your right hand. So it's easy for my left hand to kind of do it when it's by itself. But when I add the right hand, it gets a little bit harder. As my right hand is kind of doing individual runs, my left hand kind of almost automatically stops doing the rhythm. It's some kind of weird thing in my brain where it's hard for me to do both at the same time. Maybe I just need to practice it more. But it's going to be tricky for you your first time trying to get both of those going at the same time. So kind of work it out, see what works best. But you can kind of saw my hand was almost kind of playing back and forth with each other to where while the right hand's playing sustained chords, the left hand's grooving. And when my right hand's kind of walking around, when my right hand's kind of playing, the left hand kind of lets the right hand take it. So it kind of give and take between both hands, and it can kind of all together kind of sounds pretty full. So let's play through this and keep on going, and then I'll kind of show you some stuff for the next section. Taking it out. So right here, this is really cool to where when you have a song that's broken up into lots of subdivisions, as far as time, it leaves you a lot of freedom to kind of arpeggiate chords and break up chords so that the song doesn't sound so dry and so dead. So on that walk down, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, or instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Okay, those were both kind of boring options to where I was just either sustaining 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3. Where let's break up the chords so that we're almost sound like a guitar strumming through a bunch of notes, and it really helps to fill up some of that dead space. Watch. Okay. All I'm doing is kind of playing the notes I'm on, but I'm just kind of playing them rhythmically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. So let me start the click. If you can hear that click, if you can evenly break that up and play notes on the subdivision. So instead of 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1. Okay, so you kind of see how you can infinitely play around with doing different things when you're playing with time like that and playing with the rhythm. Just break up those chords. I'm just playing the exact same chords. I'm not doing any fancy chords here. It's exactly what I showed you. I'm just breaking them up. So playing around with the rhythm and using your pedal to kind of help sustain that will really make this section sound really full. Okay. Once we get to the today, a couple of times, or after we do this, there's a couple of really light glissandos that are kind of shoehorned into that section. And it sounds really cool. Just something you need to practice. Make sure you're not doing it heavy. That's really, really heavy, as opposed to I'm just barely making those keys fall down. I'm just barely making them be depressed. So it's really light compared to the section. One more time. I think they even went up one time. There's another quick little run you can do. B flat, B, G flat, just kind of. Again, that's the exact same chord we're playing because that's the chord we landed on. All I'm doing is breaking it up one at a time and playing it an octave higher. Okay, so lots of the fancy stuff you see in songs really aren't that fancy. It's the exact same thing that we're doing. We're just doing it in different sections of the keyboard or breaking up one chord to make it sound like a bunch of different fancy notes, but it's the exact same chord that we just played. Okay, so After that, it goes back to the, so I think that's pretty much everything I wanted to show you in this section. Then it goes back to the, today will be this day. It goes to the chorus again. The second time through this section, so let me show you that. Do a couple of weird things. This second time. Okay, so right there, there's a weird kind of, and I don't want to say it's out of time, but it's just in really off. It's really on an odd beat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. You're gonna hit the. Then it goes down to just hit octave. I can show you a chord, but let's just do just octave E flats, and then octave A flat. Okay. Let's see. And then it keeps on going. Everything else is the same. Now here's where it changes right after this. This is the second time through. Okay, so this is the same. Typically from here in the first time through, we ended up with best day of my life. And we went back into the beginning. But right here is where it, let me show you that's kind of a really fun rumble you can do when you're about to go to the next, or when you're about to build up to the next chord or the next section. So like best day. Okay, kind of, I'm really just kind of mashing down like black keys and white keys, and just, you don't even have to be specific as to what you're playing. Just mash like 5 notes at one time and just roll it up to whatever hand, roll it up to your right hand that's about to play. So have your right hand ready and just okay. So back to what I was saying. So instead of going to the best day, we're going to actually repeat this line, right? This progression. Let's see. This is the new chord. This is the next new chord.